Good morning. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt again with the American Orthodontic Society, and I want to discuss a thing this morning in orthodontics that everybody working with young people should know about, and that's serial extraction. And I'll show you this case, and I want you to learn to let nature help you do the work. Now, this particular case, we never touched them with orthodontic appliances at all. We did nothing but prevent stuff from happening, and you can do this, and I've done it on many people that were out where they couldn't possibly do any orthodontic work. The problem here, you've got to have the person that is functioning absolutely correct. And then you let nature do its work. And frequently you can kind of guide things along and help it a lot. Now, in this particular case, this young lady was extremely crowded. And if I had left her alone, she would have been a total mess by the time she got to be 14 years of age. Let's just go ahead and start. And I want you to see this in the X-rays, especially. Now here, I didn't get a starting picture on the young lady, but this is after we had finished her work. And you'll see she's got a spot on one of her left centrals there. You can follow it. Now, in this particular case, we did this slicing technique. We don't slice it so much, we do with a burr. And we reduce this cuspid right here to let this lateral erupt into the mouth. And you see how this cuspid is taken off here. This lateral will come in at a kind of an angle, and then it'll have more room up here. It'll settle down with just preparing it like that. Now here, we'll show this later on down the line, or in a few years later. This is 1971. This was just shortly after I had started doing nothing but orthodontics as a general dentist, you know. And here, looking down on it, you can see the lateral teeth coming in like this. And we reduce the cuspids over here. You can take all you want off of there as long as you do this pulpotomy, like we've shown you how to do. Now, this pulpotomy, you can do it very simply by packing that zinc oxide eugenol in there. And I've lectured on this all over the United States and in several foreign countries, and there's very few people doing it. I mean, it seems to me like I don't hear much about it anyway, but you can do some marvelous things just doling out the space where it needs to be. Now, the problem with this young lady is that she functions absolutely, I think, correctly, and there's nothing wrong with that. But somebody with a big gene for teeth, large teeth, and she inherited that, and now she's got a crowded situation that is really bad. And if you sit and wait on this, you got a real problem case coming up. So we got in there and went ahead and did this rather early on. This is 1971 when I started this. All right, here on the side, this is the 4th month, and this tooth has come up in here, and you can see this lateral in this position and the other lateral too. Here's the little scar on the teeth, and we fill that with some pretty poor filling material. Looks like whoever did the dental work did. But anyway, that's stained again. Now, if we go back here, this is still in that area. The laterals are coming in on the lower, and we've got this diastema between the upper centrals. Now you can watch as we go in here. The x-rays are going to show how crowded up this is. You can't really appreciate looking at it. But this young lady has natural function that is good. In other words, she swallows correctly. She bites when she swallows. She breathes through her nose. She doesn't have any allergies that I can pick up in here. She's had some cavities in her teeth, and this is coming in. Now this is 4 of 71, and these cases coming in, they'll have enough room to turn around in there. And here we are in 1973. I've done nothing to her at all except preparing for that. And look what the lip structure holds in here, and her tongue pressure comes in from this side, and that lined these teeth up. She's had nothing in there to do it. Now that's what you want. I never had her in any type of retainer at all, and I'll show you years later in doing the case. The natural things are lining these teeth up. I don't give a hoot whose cephalometric thing you use. This is where this young lady's teeth ought to go. The tongue and the lips and the pressure in there of swallowing and proper function put this in this position, and you don't need any retention in there. All right, let's watch it a little further down the line. There it is from the side. Look how those teeth came in, just hugging right up against that. Not perfectly in, and you can do that. Now, up here, the diastema in between the centrals. I don't think we did anything to that. We didn't do it. Seemed like as those teeth came in, the cuspids up in here coming in, it'll push this together. So we were just watching that happen. Okay, here this is 73, and there the upper teeth have come in. They've lost the deciduous cuspids, and the upper laterals are lined up good. The lower laterals still have a slight crowdedness in here, but as we go, this tooth will go, and this will go, and this will turn around a little bit in there. And then we're going to have a problem getting this, so we have to reduce these later on down the line. Okay, now, excuse me, this is where I want you to really look at this case. Now, here is the first bicuspid right here. This is the first bicuspid, and there is the cuspid. It is absolutely right on top of the developing root of that lateral right there. Here is the same thing over here, except this one is just about halfway over the root. And down here, we have a permanent bicuspid was going for this space, and here's a cuspid going for it right here. Look at where this tooth is. The follicle is pushing this one back against this, and it'll come up in here. So we went in and recommended extraction of the first bicuspids. We took those out, and you took the baby tooth out in front of it, and it's erupt some, and sometimes we erupt this up in there and then take it out. So both of these first bicuspids were removed early, and we realized that we had nature's proper position for these teeth in here. You can take all the cephalometrics you want to, and you will never get as accurate as if you would use nature to show you where the teeth really ought to go. Now watch this tooth right here. Now we're going to eliminate this, and this is pressing on this cuspid will head in that direction. This one will too. I'm going to erase these markings I've got on there, and we'll go to the next. This is 8 of 73. All right, here is 3 of 74. 8 of 73, so we got about 4 or 5 months in here, and then 3 of 74. Look where this tooth has gone now. See this follicle around here. Push it against that, but I eliminated this structure over here, so the tooth is moving in that direction. Over here, we've already moved over far enough because it was over about half. This one was over the whole thing right up here. So it's moved over here. The follicle has done this. The nature is holding this in line and everything. She has a pressure of the tongue and the lips and the cheek kind of match up, and that's where the teeth want to be. I mean, the teeth move all your life. And if even at my age, if I lost the pressure of my lips, my upper front teeth would drift forward. It doesn't matter how old you are. Okay, so let's watch it at a little later date here. All right, that's 3 of 74. Here's 7 of 75. And this tooth is just headed straight down in here. This one is too. And these cuspids, as they come in, close this diastema right here. And these teeth will get right up against that. And coming in, these teeth have straightened out here. And these cuspids have come up beside that. And now we're going to deal with this back here in the back. Now this has got pressure from the back. The wisdom teeth are there. Seemed like we never got room enough for the lower wisdom teeth to come in. Now watch this as this second molar pushes in this. Now this is 1975. And I've done nothing but just follow the case and doing this. Now here is 10 of 77. And the teeth have lined up just really good. And the pressure of the tongue and the cheeks and the lips hold these teeth in line. She swallows correctly. She breathes correctly. She doesn't have her thumb in her mouth or all the various things that people do. And this is what you get from that. Now, we'll watch this wisdom tooth up here. It's going to come way down. This one never did develop enough room to come in, so I think we had to have that removed there. Okay, now here it is in 1986, and you see these teeth are crowded in here with the bone structure, and there's not enough room for them, nor the upper ones. We just leave the upper ones alone, though. They won't bother us. And this is lined up with doing nothing but letting nature take its place. But this problem came up when she's got the gene for this large tooth, and there's no way that this would have come in normal in here. She's got a narrow little face. You can see it on her mother too when you come in. Now this causes a lot of malocclusion in the States and in people in general, where they're all mixed up. And I've shown you those cases where we worked on somebody in the same village in Africa, and every one of them had straight teeth. And that's because they were not mixed at all with anybody. See, now this comes out good here. We've made her teeth kind of fit her skeletal structure, and nature straightened the teeth. I didn't do it. And this is the best type of orthodontics you can possibly do. I mean, the bite is deep. I mean, it's not closed down anything. This has gone in here, but I see we have removed the wisdom teeth, but the upper ones are still there. Now, here is the Panorex, the cephalometric in 1990, and she's age 28 at this time, and you can see how this is lined up right here. She's 28 years old. Here it is in 77. You can see that spot on the teeth change color. That was stained up. This is 86, and here's 77. Here is 1990. We've got her at this point. It's not perfect, everything, but she has a beautiful set of teeth and a nice smile. And here that tooth needs to be refilled. That's 86. And here it is, 90. You don't notice it as much, but I will bet you if you could find this young lady today, that's about, let's say, 90 and 20, about 30 some odd years ago, I'll bet you that her teeth will still be straight, and they'll be straight until she passes out of this life. And they're at that point, if she keeps them, takes care of them. 77, 86, there it is in 90. 77, 86, and 90. A little bit of crowding down here on this part right there. But we haven't touched them with any type of orthodontic appliance. And here's her face. This doesn't look too good, that position that she is holding there. But the profile is good. It's a little bit in, but I'll show you the profile of her mother now. And here is her smile. That's not too much for winning, but it is a good smile. And this is her mother and her mother's profile. And then look at her profile again here. It's almost identical to her mother's profile. Now, this is all I'm going to show in this case. I don't have anything. I wish I had. I knew where she is and could see her 30 years later. But I would guarantee you that her teeth were straight. And she's never worn a retainer at all other than nature's retainer. And so I'm going to pass that out of this and hope you pick up something on this serial extraction procedure. You can do it. And I hope that anybody working with young people, wherever you are in the world, I've lectured on this, for years, all over the United States, and there are very few people doing this. So I hope you'll pass it on to other people around your area. We have a lot of people that are subscribed to this. I think we got about 4,500 or 600 people, and this will go to them too. And I hope you will pass it on to other people, and so we know what can be done with people. You don't have to even, you can be a regular dentist and just do no ortho, putting braces on, stuff like that, but you can do preventive and interceptive stuff if you're dealing with children. So I'll hush and thank you for watching, and hope we'll pass this on to as many people as we can. And I'll say goodbye, and I'm going to stop this right now.